Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top potter on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to go for high quality, free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. In this video, I will be speaking about USDCHF. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing, which are essentially hedge funds, so the big players in the market. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probability for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment is rejecting a quite strong level of previous monthly demand and support from which all this previous rejection to the upside was created, which now is once again acting as demand and support. The market has just tested it and is starting to reject it to the upside. So in a situation like this, we could expect more potential bullish price action. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we see? Now here on the weekly, we can see how precisely the market tested this zone, and we can also notice how we just had the creation of this double bottom. Now, in general, when you have a double bottom and a rejection to the upside like this, you could expect more bullish continuation, especially because if we look closer, we can see how this is actually an incredibly strong liquidity zone, because every single time starting from here that the market tested the area, it created a lot of wicks in the zone, rejecting it to the upside every single time. Then the market broke below the zone and is still yet to test this level that is currently acting as resistance, because all this previous support, now that it is broken to the downside, is turned resistance. So what we could expect is a bit more bullish price action for a test of this zone before then getting a potential rejection lower. So at least by looking here at the weekly time frame, we could expect short-term bullish price action and then longer-term continuation to the downside, essentially for a test of this area, which is now previous weekly resistance turned support. Now, dropping down on the daily time frame, what do we see? Well, from a daily perspective, first of all, I did speak about USDCHF quite a few times in the past. I spoke about it the very last time after this impulse here to the upside and correction from here. I explained all the reasons for which we could expect the creation of this new higher high, which the market has in fact just created. And by the way, I will link in description that previous analysis, so you can go and check it out for more free education. However, at the moment, we must notice that this area is currently still acting as resistance, even though the market has created a higher high, because the market did not manage to close above this high. So until the market will remain below it from a daily closing perspective, from here we could expect some bearish price action to be developed. What we need in order to see more bullish continuation is a potential break above this previous daily resistance, which, if it will be broken to the upside, would be turned support. Because at that point, after the break, on the retest of the previous resistance turned support, we could also measure that correction and identify which Fibonacci levels would be aligning with the level, creating a confluence of support. And that is the level, that confluence of support, from which we would have good probabilities of seeing more bullish continuation. So before we continue here with our analysis from a daily perspective, let's first go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials and the biggest players in the market are doing. Now, first of all, we have to check the data precisely for the CHF. The reason being is that if we're looking at the data at the CHF, you have to keep in mind that all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So actually, we are checking CHF USD. And we want information on USD CHF, so we simply have to reverse what we're reading from this table. And what we can see is that with the last reports, net positions have been increasing. Now, this makes the CHF stronger. However, it is also important to keep in mind that net positions are still negative. So institutions still have more shorts than longs on the CHF, 11K shorts compared to 10K longs, and we are once again now starting to see shorts added with the last report. Now, if we will continue to see shorts getting added and at some point longs starting to get closed, net positions should once again start to decrease, considering that this is the highest level that we reached so far. So from here, there is good chance that net positions with the new report will start getting decreased. And at that point, that is what could make USDCHF get strong in the short term, before that in the long term, yes, continuing to the downside, as we have already mentioned from the weekly time frame. But in the short term, a decrease of the net positions could give the fuel to USDCHF to create this break above this daily resistance. So if we do get a break on the retest, if we see inside of here institutions adding shorts on the CHF, how we could be approaching a potential move higher. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to a bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries at that point, we could be looking for a potential move higher for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and these kind of things, you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website. Here, you have the possibility to gain access to my entire courses with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is precisely the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower here, past the testimonials, you will see that at the moment there is a massive special promotion in which you have a huge discount on the upfront cost of the mentorship program from $497 all the way down to only $97 one payment. And as an option, since I have partnered with the forex broker Blueberry Markets, if you open an account with them from your student dashboard after you join the program, you can get a full refund credited back into your trading account. And if you scroll lower here, you will see that there is still time to join before the offer expires and price goes back to normal. And directly from here, there is the button to join in order to gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout process. So definitely looking forward to have you on board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.